Hi, boys and girls. Ron Bass with another edition of Soar Personal Development, or we're going to call it
Ron's Mixed Bag.
A little bit of pop culture.
Not sponsored by Barks, but wish we were sponsored by Barks.
Man, wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be nice. Imagine we just get cases of Barks on a weekly basis. Just cases.
As our pay.
Yeah.
Just like give us 3 Barks beer for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Cool,
we don't need any money. I'll take some Barks root beer though.
You know, money, talking about money, I say it all the time, and money's a tool. Mm-hmm. People get way too hung up on money.
Yep.
I get it, you got to pay your bills, but come on, man.
You can't be a Barks root beer.
That's it. You can't worship money. I mean, money's a tool, man. You got to use it. What's more important than anything?
Yourself.
Well, yourself meaning your health.
Your health, yes.
Mental and physical. Not just physical.
I agree.
You got to take care of the brain. You got to take care of the head. That's what controls everything, right?
I agree with you.
So, anyway, we're going to do a little bit of everything on these podcasts. A little bit of pop culture, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of personal development, a little bit of silliness, a little bit of rant.
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
So, there's been all kinds of interesting things happening to me this week.
Okay.
I'm going to share a little bit of it with you, and then you can chime in. How about that?
All right,
we'll start with this. The dentist. Ready for this?
Yes.
So there's a particular dentist that I've gone to forever, like years and years. Well, actually, he's dead, but whoever took it over.
Okay.
And guess what? This company keeps like turnover. The hygienist that does my teeth clean, the dentist, it's like nobody's there that was there even a year ago. Which is weird because when I came along, it was like the same guy, same receptionist, the same hygienist, right? But it's not that way anymore. So now it's all about money. I come in there, and this particular appointment that I had, they want to do x-rays, and they want the dentist to come in, and they want to clean my teeth.
Okay.
I went in there that day, and I said, listen, today's not the best day for me to spend that much money. I have a lot of responsibilities today, and all I want to do today is get my teeth cleaned, which was like $90.
Okay. I
wanted to avoid the other $100 or $200 for the other stuff.
Right.
Guess what? Oh, we can't do that.
What? Why not?
Oh, that's illegal.
Illegal? For what?
Are you kidding me?
Illegal for what?
Yeah, I mean, how silly is this? You know what it comes down to? First of all, it's a silly policy on their part.
I agree.
Number 2, they're losing the money. I left.
Right.
I didn't spend any money with them.
Exactly.
So on their end, how silly is that? They didn't get the money for the clean. And on top of that, they're very wrong because it's not illegal.
No.
If you don't want x-rays, you don't want the dentist to come in, that's your business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's their policy. But now how silly is the policy that they lost the $90? They got no money. And they've got a disgruntled customer.
Exactly.
On top of it.
And customer service is the number one thing.
Number one thing. Every day, every morning, I call every customer from the day before on same-day service, America's Same-Day Service, which you can go to our website, samedayservice.com. And I ask people if they're happy with their service and how did everything go.
Right.
If they're happy, it's even better because the customer appreciates it.
Exactly.
If it didn't go well, I have a chance to rectify it.
Yes.
Either with another appointment, with a refund, whatever I got to do.
Right.
So hitting it head on, right?
I agree.
That's just silly to me.
I agree with you. I wouldn't do it. I would have walked out just.
Makes me want to get another dentist.
I would. I can recommend you one.
Good.
I got a great one. He's amazing.
Okay, good.
Family owned.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
I need to check it out.
Yep, I got you.
Okay, cool. All right, now, extending life. They say now, this is a big industry, by the way, to figure out ways to create longer life. And it's a big business. This is like getting bigger all the time. So there's like the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musk are putting money into these businesses, like these startup companies, pharmaceutical companies. And they think now, believe this or not, they've already done it with mice. They reverse their age.
Wow.
From old to young mice. Old mice to young mice.
Wow.
Old mice to young mice. Sounds kind of silly to say that, but now they're confident they can do it in humans. So they say within 7 years, check this out, by 2030, you're going to be able to go to the store and buy your prescription that will reverse your age and keep you young for as long as you are around. Now, you might get...
No, your brain will lose function.
No, they say that it reverses... Somehow it works on the cell.
Goes all the way into, like, DNA?
I'm just telling you, man, they got this down to a science. Now, I don't know what the prescription is going to cost.
But yet there's no cure for cancer? That's always my argument.
It's not going to cure cancer, but it's going to keep you young enough to where your odds of getting cancer are less.
I understand, but what I'm saying is we have enough research and technology
let's talk about the cure
aging,
for cancer. Let's talk about the cure for cancer.
But yet we can't cure cancer.
Okay, but let's step back a second.
Okay. The spark's got to be turned up.
Yeah. There's been a lot of progress in the field of cancer.
I agree.
I agree. There's no one pill does it all. However, they have come up now with much better technology that has to do with targeting the cell. Back to the other thing I was talking about before, about anti-aging, and they think they may have a cure for cancer. They may have cure for some cancers.
Okay.
So all this is happening. Like, this is breaking news. Like, now.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that. I'm reading more and more about this, and I would encourage you to read anything you get your hands on about cancer and anti-aging, etc.
So my main argument is I've always thought that there is a cure for cancer.
I get it,
but it costs a lot of money, and not.
I've heard that argument. I don't buy that argument.
I don't know if I buy that argument or not.
Buy the argument.
I don't know if I buy it or not.
It's not a fair argument. But you would think that, look, it's complicated.
I agree.
This is complicated stuff. Any rate, so the Live for Everything, the anti-aging industry, they think maybe they can help you to live to be 200.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then of course the AI is getting real involved in everything. So you've got artificial intelligence now. They think they can put that. It's something along the lines of robotics and AI, and then this anti-aging. It's all kind of coming down the pike to where our world's going to look a lot different in a few years, which is okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with change. I just don't want it to be the normal Terminator, the robots take over the world.
It could be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Some futurists have predicted that's what's going to happen.
Maybe.
I'm not a pessimist like that.
I don't know.
Here's the thing about living. Here's the thing about living longer. How important do you think that is? And how are people going to take advantage of it? And are we ready for this sort of thing? And what about our morals and ethics when it comes with this? If you're going to live longer, can you, not be as dedicated to your goals? Are you going to take your time? And then, it's not to say you're not going to get killed or murdered or have an accident and die. It's not like you are immune from that. It's just that you're going to be more immune from disease, and that you will have a better chance of fighting it because of this technology. So how would you handle?
Do you look younger?
How would you handle living to be 200? It would give you more time to do your music.
I don't even know what I do. For 100 years I'd do something like music, and then for 100 I'd do something different.
Okay,
I would go
another career.
I would do something different. Yeah, I would switch it up. Go into film.
Film? Oh, I like it.
Go into sports, something like that. Something different. Not go to college. Something different. Maybe retire for 100 years.
To retire is to die.
I already know.
Retirement's boring. Boring.
I agree. So is living to 200. I feel like I'd just get bored.
I don't think it would be boring if you were goal-oriented. You had goals to pursue. You're not going to get bored. You're going to enjoy the ride, man.
I agree. I feel like knowing that you're going to live to 200 gives you more time. You can take more off days. Not retire, but take more off days instead of.
You always want to have some time off.
Right.
Like for me, time off would be going to a jiu-jitsu tournament. Time off would be going to another state to hire a technician for another home repair company.
See, but for some people like me, time off is I need to just sit there and do nothing.
Well, sometimes I do that.
Second.
Here's an example. The other day, I went to the back parking lot of our building.
Okay.
The sun was out.
Where you work, okay.
There's a little step out there, and I just sat there and stared out in space for like 20 or 30 minutes.
See,
it was so relaxing.
I do that, but sometimes I need a little bit more. A day in bed doing nothing, just relaxing.
I don't know about a day in bed, but I like to go to the ocean. I've done that a few times. That's very relaxing.
See, my bed is relaxing. Going to sleep is relaxing.
Okay, well, you got to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
7, 8, 9, 10 hours is very important.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
Well, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, so kind of along the lines of living longer on a daily basis, how do you prioritize what you do on a daily basis? We've done time management before, but I'm not talking about that tonight. I'm talking about what should your daily priorities be, Davin?
I mean, get up,
That's not a priority. That's not a priority. That's like
for some people it is.
No, you have to wake up.
Yeah. But some people, like
Although
I said,
I have read about people that never go to sleep. Have you ever read those stories?
A little bit.
There's this one guy that's never gone to sleep.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
I don't think you can live physically live.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
That's
He's
crazy.
capping. He's capping. Big cap.
I don't know. Something's going on there. Okay, here's how I break it down.
Okay.
You break it down to 3 categories: personal development,
Okay.
health, physical and mental,
All right.
and career.
Okay.
So if you break down your life, prioritize these things. Now you got to figure out in what order. To me, health is number 1. Because if you don't have good health, what good's the career?
I agree.
What good is feeling better? What good is feeling better about yourself if you can't get out of bed because you can't walk?
Exactly.
Or you're sick.
I agree.
So to me, number 1 is health, physical and mental.
Yes.
And some people have one or the other. Some people have both. Some people have neither one. And that's really a problem. You can't just bury your head in the sand. You have to find support.
I agree.
If you're not doing well, you got to hit it head on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Be proactive, right or wrong.
You can't just sit there and wallow.
But some people do that, and they get high, then what?
And then it's just the same thing, same soup warmed over.
I was talking to one of my technicians tonight on the phone, and he was coughing, and I could hear his wife coughing, and I knew they were smoking pot. It's I said, man, if you're going to do pot, at least do edibles, because smoking your lungs is not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Vaping is not healthy.
No.
Put a nicotine patch in your mouth. You might get tongue cancer or mouth cancer, but it's better than lung cancer. Lung cancer is
that's true.
That's about it. My dad died from. Well, he had a lung removed. Told you that story.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so he gets out of the operating room. I'm in the hospital room waiting for him, and as soon as he gets in the room, he says, "This is when I smoked." He said, "Honey, give me a cigarette." After he had his lung removed. But that's the power of nicotine.
He said, "I'm trying to get a buzz."
Trying to get a buzz, man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But eventually he lost his life to cancer.
Man.
Liver cancer in the end, but he drank a lot too. So, I hate to say it, but his lifestyle probably contributed to his death. And poor health. In his late 50s and 60s, it was not good health. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be, when I die, I want to die feeling good. I don't want to die feeling bad.
So now I have a question about the anti-aging thing as well.
Yes.
So what if someone just wants to abuse drugs and alcohol longer? You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's a problem.
I don't know.
Well, no. These are back to the morals and ethics of in other words, if you're going to be given that opportunity,
how far
are you going to abuse it?
Exactly.
Or are you going to take advantage of it?
Exactly.
That's what I'm asking. It's like the other day, were you going to live with regret, or are you going to pull the trigger every day? So you have to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody might make it for you. I don't know.
That's another thing.
Okay, you ready for another Ron's Rants?
Yep.
Okay, check this out.
Excuse me.
This is really going to make you wonder.
Okay.
So I go to the doctor the other day to check out my arthritis to see if maybe there's something they can do, maybe to refer me to an orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
And while I'm in there, I get my blood pressure taken.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had finished working out at the gym, literally. And I come in there, I'm racing around town, all the traffic. And they say, your blood pressure's high. I said, well, my blood pressure's never high. They said, well, it's high. Took it again, it's high. So they said, we need to put you on blood pressure medication. I said to myself, I didn't say anything. So I leave the office, I go back home, I go to the office, my office, and later on I go to check my blood pressure. Guess what?
It was normal.
It's normal.
Right.
Now it's a little high for like a 20, but now they have new guidelines. So as you age, they have a guideline. You naturally are going to have higher blood pressure a little bit because your arteries are going to contract as you get older with plaque.
Exactly.
No matter what you do, aging is a factor.
Unless we get to the anti-aging.
That's right. So guess what? My blood pressure for the last several days have been well within the guidelines.
All right.
So I haven't taken the blood pressure meds.
Good.
But the point I'm trying to make, and what I'm trying to suggest here is not to be negative. That makes you wonder how many people are on meds that they shouldn't be on.
That's how the opioid pandemic happened, or epidemic.
Am I being too critical here?
No.
That
is exactly what happened. Like doctors started to prescribe more and more.
Why
pills.
wouldn't the doctor have recognized that? Why wouldn't he had asked me, "Have you been working out? Have you been to the?" Because when you work out, your blood pressure goes up quite a bit.
Yes.
Why would they not have asked me that? Why would they just have assumed that all of a sudden I have high blood pressure? Which I do not.
Maybe they're ageist. Maybe they think you're an old man and you aren't.
Maybe what it is that they just don't care, or they just are so busy that this is just protocol.
Maybe.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
So from my perspective, it's like, man, that's really troubling to me.
That is.
Okay, here's another rant. How much time we got?
We're at 15 minutes.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to get on a soapbox now.
All right, that's cool.
Check this out.
I'm down for that.
So I know we talked about our budget before, the United States budget.
Okay.
And our debt, how much debt we are in.
Okay.
And how much interest we pay on the debt. So think about this. 1960, President Kennedy, way back in the day, our total national budget was, and I'm going to approximate, so don't beat me up on this guy.
No fact checks.
Our total national budget was about $100 billion a year with a B. Now it's like, I think, $5 trillion. That's 50 times.
Okay.
Because a billion is 1,000 million.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a trillion is 1,000 billion.
Okay.
So think about it. We were at 100 billion, which is 10% of a trillion. Now we are at 5 trillion. That's 50 times. That's crazy. That's not even reasonable in the millionth degree. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's irresponsible.
Yep.
Now it even gets worse because the amount of debt, we are in $25 trillion in debt, which means we're paying, 10% interest on that a year, which is like $2+ trillion in interest on our national budget. It gets worse and worse and worse, and there's no end. There's no end in sight.
Have you heard that they are wanting to turn the U.S. dollar into all electronic currency?
I have not heard that.
So they want to do away with cash. They only want you to have
Who is they?
The government, Big Brother.
Big Brother.
They want, from what we are hearing, blah blah blah, social media, blah 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 blah.
Jeez Louise.
They want to get rid of the dollar and turn it in. They want to just debit and credit cards.
I got you.
They don't want to have any cash. They don't want to have any cash flow. They just want it to all be electronic. I don't know why. It's also kind of dangerous in the sense of they could freeze everyone if they really wanted to. The IRS has that power. They can just kind of
IRS does have a lot of power. I could write a book about the IRS.
Yeah. So they can just kind of do what they want. And then once it's all electronic, how do we monitor it? There's a lot of things that go into that.
All that's interesting
terrifying
stuff, but that doesn't really compare with the fact that we as citizens are being jerked around with this budget because we ultimately have to pay it through taxes, and the government can't collect enough money to cover it every year. Somebody has to be responsible somewhere in the system and not spend more money than it takes in. I mean, come on, man. This is like simple arithmetic. You can't spend more than you have, or else things are going to go out of control. They're already out of control. All right. So much for that subject. So one last topic about fighting. I just came from my jiu-jitsu class tonight. Talked to some of my students, and we talk about MMA fighting, we talk about jiu-jitsu fighting, talk about street fighting, talk about self-defense. So we were talking about getting into a street fight, and why is it that some people in a street fight or in a bar fight, they know they're going to get their ass kicked, and they still egg on the other person to fight them. So I thought to myself, why is that happening? What is going on with that person? It's got to be, first of all, it's got to be alcohol. Because nobody's going to want to, go into a fight where they know they're going to lose if they're not high or feeling like they're 10 feet tall on the alcohol, right? Because that's what alcohol has a tendency of doing, right? It makes you feel invincible.
Yep.
So that would be one thought, or are they just stupid? I mean, because they want to get their ass kicked. But why would somebody want to get their ass kicked?
I think it's more the invincibility thing.
You think they think they're going to win the fight?
Yeah, they think that they can.
They're going to win the fight.
Whatever. Oh yeah, they're like,
interesting.
Come here, buddy, and it's like.
So if it weren't for the alcohol, none of that would happen.
I don't know. There's some macho tough guys that think that they're like that.
And what is their prerogative? Why are they like that? What's their trip? Are they trying to prove something?
Yeah.
To who though?
Themselves.
To themselves.
Or if they have a woman with them, or their buddies.
To look impressed, to be impressive. I see. Interesting.
To the crowd, whoever. There's those big macho tough guys that are like, ooh, and it's like.
I got you.
I'm not one of those personally because I'm not a big tough guy. I just don't ag people on. I just I tell you, man, listen, you're not worth my time. Goodbye.
Seems to me if you're going to do something like that, you better have some fighting skills. You better be training either in a boxing gym or a jiu-jitsu gym or an MMA gym or a judo gym.
Something.
Or a taekwondo gym or a Muay Thai gym. You get the idea.
Something.
SameDayService.com, SoarHighEntertainment.com.
Soar High Records on Spotify.
Soar High Records on Spotify and Instagram and Apple and Amazon.
All the places you can get
Same Day Jiu-Jitsu if you happen to be in Missouri. Check us out. Or if you're traveling through Missouri, you're welcome to train with us. America's Same Day Service. If you, whatever city that you're in, go to SameDayService.com and we'll come out and fix your car or fix your
The ad in the middle of the video, I love it.
I love it.
Ad in the middle of the podcast, sorry, because maybe this is just the audio version.
Oh my God. Yeah, this could be the audio version, right?
Yeah, right?
You know, that's an interesting thing.
Hello,
too.
audio users.
We don't know how many audio listeners we have. We only know on YouTube.
I don't know how to check all that.
Well, according to my marketing guru, he couldn't get the numbers.
Well, maybe remember it's that company, they may not use very good analytics.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe that's why our monthly fee is so low.
Aha, exactly.
That must be it, huh?
Who knows?
That's funny. Back to money. Everything's about money. It shouldn't be, right, Devin?
No, money's
It should be about loyalty and it should be about passion and
getting everything better, making everything better. Money does that, yes. Money does.
My dad had the best thing about money, and then we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
He said, son, money is square and round. It's square, but it goes round and around. Actually, it's rectangular, but...
Close enough.
Any closing thoughts, sir?
No. I love these mixed bags. This is cool.
It's kind of fun. It seems like every day I find something I find interesting or mad about or I find silly or I find interesting, and then we can talk about it when we do our podcast.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, guys... Appreciate you listening today. So until next time, if you don't give up, the stars, well, they'll always line up. So stay positive.